I did not envy going into the election. What was it, last year? I did not envy whoever was going to win because I was fairly certain that whichever party entered into office was going to face a recession during this term. I know it's not a popular thing to say. I thought the Fed had some missteps, but overall did a pretty good job of getting us from ridiculous inflation to a relatively soft landing. By soft landing, I mean we didn't enter into a recession. Jobs stayed strong. Inflation came down to 3%, which I know everybody's talking about this 2% inflation number, which is the Fed target. Historically, average inflation in the U.S. is 3.1%. So the Fed, back in, I think it was 2012 or 13, said we want 2% inflation. Fun fact, the reason the Fed said we want 2% inflation was because inflation was close to 1% at the time. And in their minds, they wanted inflation to come up to 2%. And so that 2% number kind of stuck. But if you look at historical inflation in the US, we're basically, we were there last month. We're a little bit higher probably now with what's going on in Iran. But over the last year, we've basically been at historically average inflation in the US. It's not a bad number, even though we talk about it being high. It's higher than we want because there are reasons, national debt, interest payment reasons why we'd love to have it lower, but we're right where we've been for much of the last 100 years. So that said, I do think the Fed did a pretty good job of getting us a soft landing.